What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you my full workflow on editing music videos inside of DaVinci Resolve. The first thing you want to do is make a new project. So I'm just going to name it the name of the song. All right, go ahead and click create. And now what you want to do is get all of the footage from that shoot. I have a folder that has all the footage as well as the song. So what I'm going to do is just drag it all on here. And this is on the edit page. What you're going to want to do now is go through all this footage and figure out what's a performance scene and what's B-roll. So you can see this is performance. So what I'm going to do is make two new bins. The first one's going to be performance. And the next one is going to be B-roll. Take any performance scene and put it in the performance folder. And any B-roll, put it in the B-roll folder. If you have any clips that you know you're not going to use, you can just delete them by hitting backspace. And doing it this way will help you stay organized when you do go to edit. It's really important that you organize beforehand. Another thing too, make sure that you are in a 23.976 timeline. You want it to be like this. Don't do a 60 FPS project. That's one of the biggest beginner mistakes that I see when people start editing music videos. You want it at 23.976, or you could do flat 24 or 25. Just depends on where you live, what the standard is there, and what the footage is shot in. This was all shot off an A7S III, so I know that it's 23.976. And I actually am going to make another bin called intro because there's an intro sequence. I'm going to take all of the intro sequences and put those in intro. Once you have everything organized, you want to put the song in the performance folder as well. And then what I always do is make proxies, and proxies are going to help your performance a lot. So I would highly recommend doing that. If you want to see my proxy settings, they are right here. I have it set to ProRes 422 proxy at half resolution. But to make proxies, all you do is just highlight your footage, right click it, go to proxy media, and select generate proxy media. And it's going to take some time, but I promise it's going to be worth it. All right, once all your proxies are made, you're going to see they have this HQ icon on them. If you select prefer proxies, they'll all be proxies. And proxies are just a lower resolution footage. When you go to export, it does not export the proxies. So you'll still get that full res on export. So now that you have all of your performance scenes in a folder with the song, go ahead and highlight all of them. Right click, select create new multicam clip using selected clips. You can really name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it the name of the song, multicam. Make sure the frame rate's set to 23.976. Change angle sync to sound. And then for channel, I like to use automatic as well. And that should all be good. Hit create. This is going to automatically sync all of the footage to the song. So it's important that if you're shooting the video, you play the song really loud. That way the software can sync it. As you can see, there's one that did not sync. So I'm going to show you how to fix that if you encounter that issue. And you'll see which ones didn't sync right here. Sometimes it'll do that if the song isn't loud enough. I've had it do it regardless, even if the song is loud. Sometimes you just can't get around it. If you see here, we have a multicam sequence of all the footage. If we open that in the timeline, you can see we have everything automatically synced. Now, if you go down to timeline view options and select stack timelines, what you can do is actually drag this on. And what I would do is cut right before the song starts. And then you can cut right around where the song ends. If you select this viewer right here, dual viewer mode, go down to here and select multicam. When we play the song, you'll see that all of these clips are synced to the song. I think that's the best way to edit a music video personally, because you can see everything all at once. Whereas like with the traditional method, you would do it like this, where you'd have all the clips and then you'd have to go by individually, make cuts, disable them. That just seems super inefficient to me. I've never edited music videos that way, but you can definitely experiment and see which one you like more, because I know people who only edit music videos this way. I'm going to show you how you can sync this final clip and then add it to the multicam sequence. So what I like to do is disable everything and only leave the mastered audio track. What you're going to do now is grab that clip that didn't sync and put it to where the audio is underneath everything. That way you don't replace any of the audio on accident. And you can make your life easier by clicking this, so it'll select both at the same time. You're just going to want to drag that in somewhere here. Now you just have to manually sync it. Take this video track and listen to see right where the song starts. So you can see it starts right here. If you look on the audio track, you can actually see kind of right around where it starts. To make it easier, I'm going to set a marker on the clip. To do that, select the clip and press M, and you'll see it placed a marker right around where it started. So now take that marker and match it to where the actual mastered audio track starts. You're going to have to probably make some cuts. Put it right here. If we play it back, you'll just now want to listen to see if it matches or not. If you hit the arrow keys on your keyboard, you can move this clip over frame by frame. So if you get it really close and you know it's close, just mess around with those until you get it matching. As you can see here, it's matching pretty well. Sometimes you can get it perfect. Other times you'll get pretty close. As long as the lips sync well enough, that's good enough for me, but I try to get it perfect if I can. Now that all of these are synced, you can go ahead and enable all of these again and head back to your timeline. Make sure your proxies are still enabled and make sure your playback is set to quarter. Now from here, click Multicam and we can see all of our clips are here. First thing you want to do is make sure that it's playing the correct audio and the master track. So it is in our case. If it is not, click this audio only button and hold Alt and then switch to the correct audio. Go ahead and click video only. Now from here, you're going to structure out your first pass through of your cut. So what I like to do is just cut between a bunch of different performance scenes. Doesn't have to be really like specific at first. I would just cut between them based on how you see them. Your second pass through, you can go through and change things, fix things. But before we do that, I'm going to show you a feature that's really useful. Right click on the audio track and select show music beats. This is in the premium version of DaVinci Resolve. If you have the free version, unfortunately, you can't do that. It's really nice to be able to start your cut because it adds a bunch of different cut marker points that you can use. These don't have to be exact. I wouldn't follow them to a T, but it's really easy for your first pass through. What you're going to do now is just start the song and cut through performance scenes.
Real life, cause I don't fantasize. Making love and getting money's what I fetishize.
All right, so once your first pass through is done, you just want to go through and make sure that each of the performance scenes look good. If I just go to a random part in the song, I can already tell that I don't like this performance scene. And based on the available performance scenes, let's see which one looks the best. I think I like this one more. So what you want to do is hold Alt. You go ahead and click. What that's going to do is it's going to change your selected clip rather than cut it. So we'll play this back now. So I like that clip. I don't like this one. Let's see. That looks good. So yeah, really, I would just make a few passes and change what you want into what looks the best. Another thing too is if you find a clip that you know you're gonna leave in, really like it, what I like to do is right click it, go to clip color, and I change it to orange. That way you can see throughout your timeline which clip you enjoy. From here, like I said, you just want to go through, find the best performance scenes. When you find a gap in the performance scenes, that's where you want to add B-roll. And since you have your B-roll in a different folder, you can go through and find what B-roll clips you like. Let's just say, for example, I take this one and I like this section. You can hit I, and that's going to be your in point. And then you can hit O, and that'll be your out point. And if you want to put this in the video, you can just drag this right here, and then that'll be your B-roll. Just go through, find the best performance scenes. Once you get to a point where you have put all the best performance scenes you can on the timeline, anywhere that feels like there's a gap, or even if there's a part where they're talking about something specific, you can go through your B-roll and you can just add it in the video. I'm going to show you guys what the final version of this music video looks like. This was after me going over all the steps that I was telling you, finding the best performance scenes, and then where you feel like there isn't a good performance scene, you can throw in B-roll. Or if you feel like there's too many performance scenes going on, you can add B-roll. I'll just show you what I have right now. I did have an intro to the video. It's I'm kind of just walking and looking at it. And then the video starts right after the intro, but it's all B-roll. So performance scenes once have looked good here, obviously, because they're not performing and because it goes into the song.
Money on this belt. You know when I order it be top shelf. Swimming in the money like Michael Phelps. You know I got down Julio by the barrel. I don't really think I need.
Right here, for example, I couldn't find a good performance scene that matched. So if I go back into the dual viewer, there really just wasn't anything that was looking good in that section. So what I did was I added B-roll. And that's the main thing about editing a music video that's really important, is you want the pacing to be solid. I could have just put one B-roll clip right here, but I wanted to keep that energy up. So I added 3 different clips with flashes.
You know I got down Julio by the barrel. I don't really think I need you, babe. I don't really think I need you, babe. I'm a shooting star. Tell me, baby, yeah, show me who you are. Show me just more than a fan.
And then this is another part where I kind of cut between performance scenes and B-roll. Another thing you can do too is you can go into the performance scenes and you can just find certain parts where they're turned up. Maybe they're not necessarily lip syncing, but it's like a quick motion or something that you can just throw in there on any part where you feel like it's lacking in energy or movement. This clip right here isn't actually synced. It's just a random one where I shook the camera and then added that in after the fact. This is a B-roll clip, slow-mo. It's really nice adding B-roll that is slow mode or speed ramped.
Show me your words and not blasphemy. Show me that you really blasphemy. Show me that you really gas me. Show me that.
And this is something I love doing in all my music videos, is having quick flashes between different B-roll clips. And as far as adding effects in the music video, I'm pretty simple. I just like using flashes, lens blurs, shakes, stuff like that. Nothing too over the top. And it's really easy because I have a pack that just includes everything. These are the only effects I use on this entire video, just for my pack, pretty much. And some built-in DaVinci ones like this Dissolve right here. But I mean, as far as using the effects, it's really easy. I got a flash and a shake right here. And all I had to do was find it right here and just drag it on. If you guys want to mess around with these effects at all, or you want to turn up your music videos, I have those available on my website. There's also a free version if you want to try it out beforehand. So highly recommend that if you like just simple but clean effects. Something that I learned the hard way with music videos is a lot of the time you want to make more cuts than you think, at least starting out. I used to let clips drag on a lot. Nowadays, I like to make a lot of cuts just because it keeps the energy up, you know? Like this is a section I added B-roll to with high cuts.
Cause you's a bad gal, baby, do your worst. Cause I'ma do the work to keep
Tripod shot right here. What I used on this was just a dynamic zoom. Turns it from being just a regular shot to a, you know, a slow zoom in.
Do the work to keep you satisfied. Oh no, this is real life, cause I don't fantasize. Making love and getting money's what I fetishize. Baby, I'ma make a way ahead of time.
So yeah, kind of just to recap everything so far, you want to organize your footage first. Then you want to start your multicam sequence, and on your first pass, just find all the best performance scenes. From there, you kind of just want to tidy it up and tweak it a little bit, and then add B-roll in any places where you feel like the performance scenes aren't good, or where, you know, maybe the artist is rapping about a specific thing. You can add the B-roll in there too. You know, after that, it's pretty much just like adding effects and color grading, both of which aren't necessarily on every music video. So I'm not going to go too in depth on those, but if you just follow this framework, you'll be able to start editing music videos as efficiently as possible. And, you know, you'll get better every time. I wish I could cover everything in depth on one video, but it's going to be really long if I do. One day I plan on making a series on how to create a music video. What I want to do for that is show my full pre-production process, as well as how to shoot a music video, how to edit it, how to color grade it, how to add effects, all of that. If you're looking on how to add effects, like I said, I do have a preset pack that has a lot of effects you can use. Otherwise, if you check out some of the other videos on my channel, I have a lot of other tutorials going over some of that stuff. But if you guys have any questions about this process or workflow, just leave them down below. Otherwise, if you like this content, please subscribe. I got a lot more DaVinci tutorials on the way.